this is Trapjack of Trapjack's Cast, and welcome back to another round of the 1 vs 1 Cup here on the ESL. This is War, played on Saturday the 13th of May. And we have Charon's Rest up on the upper right hand side, spawns the Orc Azrael. He brings along not the improved listening post for the Marines, that's a little bug, we figure that out later. He brings not the Kill Team Iron Maw, so sorry I can't tell you actually. Wait, if I do that, I can tell you. Yeah, he brings along the Tractor Beam Pull for the Tractor. He brings along the Keep Truckin', where they get a temporary shield. He brings along the Stuck-In for the Knobs. And he has the 2-point elite, the Storm Boys, the Weird Boy, and the War Boss Gorgots. Meanwhile, on the other hand of the map, on the lower left hand side, in comes Azrael as a Space Marine, and he has the improved listening post and the Emperor's Influence, as well as the Venerable Dreadnought to command Assault Leap. And he has the Kill Team Iron Maw, Gabriel Angelos, and the Venerable Dreadnought, of course. We gotta start this game right now. The map is, like I said, Charon's Rest. Along comes the barracks from Azrael, and we have two Slugger Boys coming out for SimonK here. I'm sorry if I switched up the names in the beginning. I'm pretty new to this, so please bear with me. Here we have the Gretchens capping the defense point. Along comes the War Tower right up here on the defense node. And on the side of Azrael, who has a pretty nice unit or army color, I might add. Along comes the Servitor capping in the back. Meanwhile, this Servitor will most likely go to this resource location, capping that. And so far, nothing unusual. All of the two remaining of the two involved parties. We have the Ducker Hut coming up for SimonK, who is, if I can trust his ESL profile, actually Korean. So we might have some pretty good gameplay on our hands right here and right now. Along comes the first Scout Squad of Azrael, and the Assault Marine Squad is on the way. The Scouts are trying to, like the name says, scout out the maps and see if they find any Orc units rampaging around, which might be the case right here as Simon goes for the offensive cap here of the resource point. In come the Scouts, now fully stealth. SimonK has no idea that they are coming. The Assault Marine dropping down from the sky, stunned here for the Orc squad. The Assault Marines are hammering away pretty hard on the first Slugger squad here of Azrael. Banner was also called down, so no other reinforcements right now for this fight. If the Orc gets the war going, war buff is on the way. Looter Boys firing away at the Assault Boys. He has to turn back because he don't want to lose his Assault squad here to the Orc. Leaps away. And the Scouts here in the back line, not stealthed anymore. He has to take care now. The Assault squad down to one model will go down here, and now the Scouts have to flee on foot. Will the Orc get the suppression on the Scouts? Will they slow them down so they can't retreat? It seems like both Scout squads are pretty much safe for now. That's not the same you can say for the Servitor, who is reduced to a pile of blood and bones right there from the listening post. Alright, still we have those two Scout squads remaining for Azrael the Space Marine. SimonK here with his two Slugger squads along with one Looter squad coming out here. What is he gonna build next? He scraps up his Looters and one of the Slugger Boys. That means more armor for his Slugger Boys. and a slow on the LMG of the looters. They are gonna hide here in the shadows for defensive reasons. Goes to now finally cap this point. Servitor comes from Azrael, trying to recap that point, but it's bad luck for the Servitor as he gets surrounded and gets pretty much taken down. We have the map control on the other hand pretty much on the page of Azrael, who has the chance to call in his 2-point elites right now, as SimonK did earlier, and has managed to wipe out one entire scout squad, and Team Ironmore here in very, very bad shape as they get jumped by the Storm Boys, get surrounded by the Sluggers, and in come the Assault Marines of Azrael trying to save their buddies from the Ironmore squad, but they are not really accomplishing anything right here as the gravity grenade goes down. Also will the Assault Marine squad, and that's another Assault Marine squad on top of the Scout Marine squad, which has already gone down. In comes the beautiful suicide bomber here from SimonK. Totally demolishes everything that Azrael had at this point. New Assault Marine squad now on the way while the elite point gets contested here. SimonK might wanna draw back this Storm Boys here because they are getting a little bit too much damage, but seems to be all right for now. They are now capping this point totally in freedom. Truck comes out for SimonK here. Gets loaded with a squad of Slugger Boys, so he has the Eject Boys ability, so he can stun. Also gets some scrap for an additional shield. And we have Azrael on his part with another Scout Marine squad and another Assault Marine squad. That didn't serve him very well in the first two engagement. We will see how it will serve him now. We have an Eject Boy on the shield generator right here, while SimonK goes for the shield gen. Now we have the Assault Boys jumping onto the truck. Will they get anything done with the truck? We can't forget about the boys that are still in the truck, can be ejected any time. And we have the Scouts trying to back up here the Assault Marines. Assault Marines are giving chase, have to draw back now because of the listening post right there. Looters already in position for SimonK. We have the Gretchens doing their job with the listening post. Map control has pretty much shifted for now, as we have a pretty much orc dominated map right now, as the Assault Marines are going onto town, onto this truck. Now comes the Eject Boys. Will not get the stun off, unfortunately, but will get a shield here and will try to hammer away at this shield gen. Or will they try to wipe out this Assault Marine squad as they leap onto the next target and try to decimate those Slugger Boys right here? But they are trading with their buddies. In comes another beautiful suicide bomb. The last remaining Slugger Boys go out there as well. In goes all of the Slugger Boys as the second Assault Marine squad comes in along with Kill Team Ironmore. Graviton Grenade goes out, but the truck is in dire need of some support right there. In comes another suicide bomber from the Storm Boys from behind. The Slugger Boys are coming in. Storm Boys on the top, stunning the Kill Team Ironmore right there. Looters are firing away at this Assault Marine squad right there. Another beautiful suicide bomber right there. In come the Scout Marines, and that's very well done by SimonK. Here gets the surround now on the Kill Team Ironmore as well. This kill team will go down as well, and with it the hopes of defending this generator here right there even goes for the retreat of the Storm Boys and lets his Slugger Boys finish off the remaining models of the Kill Team Ironmore. Is going now for the two shield generator bash maybe? No, the Storm Boys are... Oh yes, there he is. He's going for the shield bash on this side, with the Storm Boys going for the shield bash on that side, with the trucks, the looters and the sluggers. And there's not much that Azrael can do for now. He has one Assault Marine squad, so they can pretty much decide where they want to defend. Okay, he had one more loaded into a drop pod. Storm Boys are leaping away. Meanwhile, the Assault Marines are quickly charging on the Storm Boys. Will they get them? Will they get the kill on the Storm Boys right here? It seems to be Storm Boys are suppressed. This entire squad will go down and will go on the respawn timer, but now he should draw back. Beautiful. Another suicide squad's coming in along with the boys. They are getting the stun off at least one Assault Marine. In comes the weird boy. That has to be the weird boy. Yes, it is the weird boy. Fires away at one Assault Marine squad. That's -1. That's -2 Assault Marine squads right there. And Azrael is back to 0 at that point. That is pretty unfortunate. The Orc here still with the map control, and Azrael trying to throw everything against this Orc army, but loses every engagement so far. Will he come back from this game? We don't know yet, but it looks dire for him. It looks really dire. In comes what should be a Doctrine Chapel now. Will most likely go for the Devastators for himself. Meanwhile, the armory gets builded halfway through, and then the Doctrine Chapel gets supported by the servitors, and the pressuring of SimonK does not stop. He is pressuring everything right now, and he can. There's pretty much no repercussion that he has to face right now, because all that Azrael has right now at this point is one Assault Marine squad that is already on the way, is almost done, and there is a Devastator squad coming on up right now. He should wait for it before the engagement, but there is a little bit of urgency on the line, as the shield generator is already down to 2 points of health. If the weird boy gets 1 or 2 more shots off, that might be all that is left for the shield generator here, but SimonK is focused elsewhere, it seems. The weird boy is not targeting the shield thingy. Oh, that's a suicide bomber that does that much damage to the shield generator. I thought for a moment it's the weird boy. Okay, he is waiting for one more suicide bomber, then it's GG for the shield gen. Meanwhile, the Devastators are trying to get in any position that is possible. Kill Team Ironmore now ready for Azrael. We have pretty much a well-suited army here for SimonK. We have the Kill Team Ironmore now going onto the Slugger Boys. Will be equipped with the flamethrower, I'm sure, very shortly. Gravity Grenade goes out. It tries to get back here, but we have also the Storm Boys, which gets redeployed right there, and down goes the shield generator here. That's another shield generator down for SimonK, who is manifesting his lead here right now, has the knobs on the way. Kill Team Ironmore will spot them right away. Will they engage it or will they flee? They are trying to flee into heavy cover now, trying to move through the Nob squad right there. Pretty lucky that there was no taunt ready right there. Now the Devastator squad gets annihilated. The looters are jumping out here onto the Assault Marines and the Scouts. Weird boy in the mix right there, and the Assault Marines are pretty much down to the last model and now gone. The Scouts, 2 models remaining but taunted, they can't move. So it's all she wrote again for Azrael right there. 2 more Assault Marines coming. 1 more already on the field. I guess 1 is gonna be loaded into the drop pod for later. But what is he hoping to accomplish right there? This squad goes down without even leaving a scratch onto the knobs and the army of SimonK right there. So what's the plan here? We are in for maybe a change of plans. Right there is Gabriel Angelos. He tried something earlier. He has a little bit less HP than usual right there. Have missed the engagement so far. Meanwhile, the army of SimonK moving around to what seems to be the laser or this resource point right there. SimonK's tactic right now is gonna be to starve Azrael here to death. He's gonna go for the shield bash. There in comes the Slugger Boys, but also in comes the standard right there. Along comes a drop pod of Assault Marines. Well done, but the looters also in a very good position to give cover here right now. But they stop firing for some reason. The War Boss up for SimonK right now. The Assault Marines are going for the jump on the spot. That was a mistake as the Weird Boy fired in and devastated those Assault Marines. Only 2 more models left. In comes the taunt of the Nob squad here. And Gabriel Angelos is surrounded by Xenos right there. Will he fight the desperate fight? He is going for the shield bash, going for the jump, will at least try to get one Slugger Boys off this table, off the chest of Azrael right now, but he will not be able to do it as he goes down with his final jump attempt. Kill Team Ironmore down to the last 2 models right here, have the flamethrower equipped, will giving chase here right now. They are retreating because only 2 models left. Will they try to mess with the knobs up here? I wouldn't recommend it. Graviton Grenade goes down, but they are stunned for now. Also the Gravity Grenade missed right there. Are now clumped up into melee as the Axe Throw comes in and annihilates the last 2 models of those Kill Team Ironmore here from the knobs. That's another scratch to the axes of the Orcs right there. And again, we see in the same picture over and over on this matchup. We see Azrael with barely nothing, holding on to a glimpse of hope that he might be able to turn this match around if this Venerable Dreadnought maybe would come a little bit earlier for him, as far as now he's almost at almost on 2 elite points right now, but he has 5 more to go. Maybe then he will try to turn this around again. Yeah, and the SimonK is going for the cannon, it seems, now that he pretty much starved his opponent here to death. Of course I can turn up the sound. Do you mean the game sound, or do you mean the actual talking? That I have to know, but then I can turn it up for sure. Alright, we have the next engagements coming on up right here. Yeah. The Orc Boss is going to tank the laser, but we have the Devastators here coming on up. Beautiful, another Suicide Bomber coming on up here from the Storm Boys, getting the stun on the Devastator squad. We have 2 Assault Marines coming on up into this Devastator squad right there. Meanwhile, Nobs and Slugger Boys are going for this beam cannon. Stun comes out from the beam cannon, but the Assault Marines can't do anything as they are immobilized right now by the Weird Boy. We have the cannon now down at 50%. The Orc Boss is trying to make a big war here on the remaining Assault Marines. Is taking the damage so far. The last slither of health here remaining for the cannon right there. And down goes the cannon now for SimonK, and Orc Boss now pretty low on HP. Might want to get the... Oh, he has cooldown on the Spinning Claw. Goes down now to the Assault Marines, and that might be a chance for Azrael here to defend this one more time. Damage goes down to the Machine Cult right now. Orc wants to get this down, wants to get this out of the way, wants no Dreadnoughts or anything along those lines here. And in come the Assault Marines going for the Sluggers as well, but the Weird Boy in the back line blows off a Here we... No, it's not in Here We Go, it's a Scrap Blast that came up. immobilizes now again and takes down the Assault Marines to the last model. Now they get finished off by the Nobs, and we have a Killer Can and Tank Busters in the back are trying to get the remainders of the army. They are successful with that. Gabriel Angelos on the side of Azrael now available. Will he bring him in? Will he defend this core one more time? Core goes to invulnerable mode. So Gabriel Angelos has now a little bit of time to make the defense perfect, but he is alone against all this mighty army. In comes Kill Team Ironmore, upgraded with a flamethrower, coming in hot, but gets tied up into melee, and we know that that is pretty bad for this kill team. Gets down, gets shredded here by the Orc army, and we have Gabriel Angelos stuck in a taunt by the Nobs. Will the exploding shield come right now? As they get stunned right away, but the exploding shield is anyway near, and this does true damage. Gabriel Angelos now down to this last dither of health, and I don't think he will make it as he goes down. Now attention back onto the core. Is there anything coming up for Azrael? Production queue empty. He has given up right now, and rightfully so. SimonK absolutely dominates here. The Space Marine with a beautiful display of how to actually make the truck suicide bomber combo work. And I see you guys in the next one. We are going to match 2. This will be exciting. Until then, bye bye.